Hello, my name is Andrew and I love to make monsters. In today's video, I'm going to make a thirsty little monster with some help from a mini brand's capsule toy. I'll get started right after this. Remember, never stop creating. To start off, I'm going to make a base out of aluminum foil. And then I will cover that with some Super Sculpey. Now to make his legs. Nothing fancy here, he's just going to be standing. Smooth those into the body so they stay nice and attached. Then I'm going to go ahead and make his little toesies. Now to do the indentions and add some toenails. And a little belly button. Now, I really like the texture effect of using a ball tool and just kind of beating it against the sculpture. It adds a nice texture to it and it's fun to dry brush. Now to add a wire for his arms. I'm not going to sculpt the arms yet, but I want to make sure the wire's in place. Same with a wire for the neck and head. Now I'm going to make a tail out of some CosClay. I've never used CosClay before, but a lot of sculptors use it for parts that, might have a chance of, or a higher chance of breaking off. So I thought it'd be perfect for the tail because it's going to get smaller at the end and be sticking out and, chance of it bumping against stuff when I move it around. I'm going to give it the same texture. And I'm going to add some indentions in the back to make some little fins later. Before I get too far into the sculpture, I want to go ahead and bake it and save my progress. While that's cooling, I'm going to paint some little glass cabochons. Just going to paint some black on the back side of them for the eyes. Now that he's all cool, I'm going to go ahead and make some arms. Now I want my little character to be waving, and then he's also going to be holding something in his right arm. That's where the little mini brand thing comes in, which depending on what I went with the title and the thumbnail, I might have already given that away. That's the future me though, so this me doesn't know. And here it is. I've got a little mini brands Icee. I think these mini brands are perfect little accessories to make for, or to use with sculptures. And they add a, kind of a little bit of a character, a little bit of a story to them. Like this guy just got, just went to the convenience store and got himself a drink. Now to bake him again and save my progress yet again. Now I rolled out another foil ball and covering that with Super Sculpey for his head. I want his head to be kind of not looking down, but so he can, I want him drinking the Slurpee. So I'm adding a little bit of a neck. And then adding his head, and he's got kind of a snout, nozzly head. I don't know how to describe this, not head, but mouth. Here's my eyes, they're nice and dry. I'm gonna go ahead and put them on the head. Do some little indentions to get me started of where I wanna place them. going to use my little Icee cup to line everything up. That looks pretty good. There's his little mouth. It's kind of like a, not quite an anteater mouth, but it's definitely not a normal mouth. Now I'm making his ears out of CosClay as well, to give them a little bit of flexibility. There, I think that looks pretty good, and that works really well for holding the cup. So now we'll give him one final bake according to package instructions. Now I can start painting him. I'm going to do a base coat of black acrylic paint. Once the black is dry, I'm going to dry brush shades of gray. So I'll start with a darker shade and continue to get lighter until I'm happy with the results. Here you can really see that texture pop when I'm doing the dry brushing on it. Now to paint the spikes on his back. Took a few coats of this blue to cover the black, which is normal, at least in my experience it is. I'm gonna do the same thing for the nails. I'm gonna paint them, but I'm gonna paint them red. Now to clean off some of the paint that got on those cabochons, just using a little plastic tool to scrape that away. And adding some gloss over his nails. Now let's look at the finished sculpt. Had a lot of fun making this guy. I'm naming him Sipping Simon, which I know may be silly because he's probably not always sipping on a drink, or is he? It's like, what do monsters do? Do they sip on drinks all the time? I don't know, but maybe Sipping Simon does, and he likes his Icees. And the cup is removable just because it fit in there perfectly. I didn't need to glue it, but I don't really have any plans to ever display him with it removed, so there's that. Alright, well thank you so much for watching, and remember, never stop creating. And hey, go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already done so, and be sure to check out one of these other videos.